cuts anymore.
Your hair looks beautiful. You cut it yourself? Do you have a Flowbee?
No, I got like a clippers. I just go around and I kind of miss a few spots, but I might not ever go back.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah,
I like it. I need a cut. I'm kind of shaggy.
have your wife do that. Just get some scissors out.
I've asked.
No?
She's not interested in cutting my hair.
You
Yeah,
got to bring her some flowers.
well, it doesn't lead to marital bliss in her mind. You know what I mean?
Maybe give her like a foot massage or something.
Yeah. Well, I think she's afraid that she'll make a mistake and then I'll be angry with her. And I'm not that big of a monster, but maybe she's right to think that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It'll grow back in 30 days.
That's right. It will. Yeah. Will this stuff here grow back in 30 days?
No, that gets smaller every year.
That's
when
receding.
I started out, my hair was down here.
Yeah, mine too. I used to have a beautiful, beautiful mullet. It was gorgeous. It was all the way down. It was down like this is Billy Ray Cyrus. That's the weirdest hairdo I ever had.
I know.
And an earring.
Cool. I never went that far. I guess I'm too conservative.
You walked the line a little better than I did, huh?
I'm from the East Coast, man. We didn't do that back in my day.
Yeah.
Get your ass beat.
Yeah. Well, you had to have it in the left ear back then.
Left is right and right is wrong. Remember that?
That's right. And then occasionally you would meet a fellow that had such confidence that he had one in each ear, and you were really confused about where he stood.
You might have walked the line too.
Oh, that's crazy. What's going on, Tim? Good to see you here, man.
Hey, good to see you too. I'm outside, but it's a little windy, so I'll probably see if I can move over here.
It is kind of windy. You look like you're in downtown Denver.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, this is where I work, down here in the city.
Nice.
I've been down there, man. I've been down there. I've done some work in Denver. It was a lot of fun. It's a beautiful place. I didn't realize how the weather was so moderate, really.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I ride my motorcycle like 11 months out of the year usually.
Yeah, that's great. I got a buddy in Denver that does that too.
I just have a Honda Shadow 600. I've had it. I want to get another one, but I'd rather have money. So
I just have a Honda Magna.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I still have my leathers.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I was looking at gear today. I got to get some new. I don't have the right gear that I need anymore.
I still have the chaps. My wife asks me to put them on once in a while.
Oh, that's odd. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of the Axl Rose assless chap look.
Perfect. That's how you get some seller appointments.
Or maybe get some police called on your ass.
Yeah, perhaps. Literally.
So where's Arturo?
That's hilarious. I'm not sure where he is. I just opened this up to guys in the VIP, guys and gals. So I'm planning on doing this every day this week. I just did a one-on-one call with Arturo, though, where we role played the seller call. So he may be busy off doing that right now. He had a seller to call that he wanted to get right on. So maybe he'll catch up with us tomorrow if he misses today. But I'm glad you two guys are here. That's really all I want to do is we can talk about lead gen and stuff like that, but I really want to talk about the seller phone call and role play that a little bit, help you guys through some tough spots maybe that you might be finding, some sticky spots. And so that's what I want to do. You guys got some objections or some things? How's it been going on the phone with homeowners? Because, you can have 1,000 leads, but if you don't know what to say or how to say it, what are you going to do, right? So you guys having any sticky spots this week with your phone work?
So I guess I can just go ahead and jump in here. For myself personally, I haven't really done a whole lot of phone work with the leads because I'm struggling with getting the leads. So I've been focusing on managing my VAs and getting them trained up so that they can get the lead gen. So I kind of put the cold calling on hold for a little bit as I work through those systems, but I still feel like I need a lot more practice on the seller conversation in general. I have a couple recordings that I've had from some conversations, but they weren't motivated, so I was kind of dead in the water anyway. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now with that.
I see. Okay, well, that's good. You know, the two mountain peaks, getting leads, systematizing that, right? Making it a habitual, consistent thing. It's everything. And then being able to just have these good conversations, give good phone, Yeah. So I'm glad to hear that you're working on that lead gen stuff and got a VA that's helping. Is that working out pretty good for you this week so far? Is communication strong with the VA and you guys are kind of getting where you want to go?
Yeah, so for my lead gen guy on the automated REI system, that's a little slower, so probably need to do some feedback there. But for the cold caller, they just got started yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. They only did a couple hours of dialing yesterday, but yeah, they're getting up to speed on it, so It should be going good. And then I'm going to start text blasting my leads as well from the ones that don't answer the calls, so see if I can pull some out there too.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Communication is key with these VAs. I think I shared this with you before, but you want to make sure you get have them screenshot and, like you've got it set up to record their calls and so on and so forth. The first day, did you ever give a little listen to what they did? You said they called for a couple hours.
Yep, I did. They didn't really have any in-depth conversations. Their intro seems good, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's good. Well, good. You want to kind of baby that along until you're confident they can fly, right?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it every day.
Yeah.
Make sure that things are going well.
I've had a couple people complain. I've turned my VA on to them or turned them on to my VA. And I've had a couple people take me up on it. And I've had them complain. I've had them say, it feels like he's scamming me. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, this this guy I've worked with for a long time. I mean, I know him. He's not scamming you. I'm like, oh, what's the problem? And ultimately what it boils down to is they are not communicating very well, and so they're not really sure what he's doing, when he's doing it, how it's getting done, or if it got done. And that's not where you want to be with that stuff, man. That's a nightmare. It's real easy. Just set up a little system, right, where they can screenshot things as they're working, or they can record those calls. You can just give a little listen and make sure you can see what they've dialed, how many they've dialed. That's great.
Yeah.
What are you up to, Mitch? And hey, Dre is in the room too. I'm gonna add him, see if he wants to turn his camera and mic on. But what's up with you, Mitch? What are you working on?
Similar to Tim, I'd say my focus is really that first peak, getting leads. And our conversation in the VIP room last week really kind of boom right in the center that it's all about leads. Calling and role play is great and blah blah blah, but man, I gotta have leads coming out the yin yang, and so that's where I'm at. So what I did after our phone call, I picked a whole bunch of new target markets, smaller, more rural, and I'm in the process today of pulling scrapes and Craigslist on all those markets, and gonna pull some lists, and then gonna hit them with text and ringless voicemail.
Good. Yeah. Automate that stuff. That's the way to do it. You want to share with us what markets you decided to go into? More rural. You were very general about that. You said more rural. Now, more rural compared to Chicago.
Yeah. Here, I'll tell you my markets: Kingman, Arizona; Fort Smith, Arkansas; Bakersfield, California; Beaumont, Texas; Glendale, Arizona, just because I have property there, and I'm going to continue in Las Vegas because I already pulled my list. I paid for it, so I'm just going to keep hitting it.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, good.
And then I might go for some smaller markets, but like you said, flyover states, markets that you never heard about, just small markets.
Exactly.
Less than 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just start blasting it out and see what happens. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna do it, and we'll test and figure it out later.
Mitch, I'm so excited because I know that a fellow of your caliber and skill will be able to find a motivated seller relatively quickly going to these places. and you are going to be pretty excited when you hear that first one. It's so different.
Well, I thank you, and I credit you for getting me focused on the right markets and just focusing on lead gen. You know, you said it pretty much every time you get on here, but it takes like 100 times to let it sink in that it's all about lead generation and getting leads.
Yeah. See, I think we're all up here, and we need to be back down here.
I'm way in my head.
So like we're thinking up here like this is a big thing, but we need to just like break it down to like the simple ABC blocks, you know, like, hey, just real simple, blue collar flyover states, you know, blah blah, like you just laid out there. That was perfect. Beautiful job there. So that's cool. I'm excited for you.
I was listening to like a YouTube podcast from some guys out of Arizona last night, and one of the guys said something that kind of struck me on this line. It was creative avoidance, because somebody asked a question in the hotline. They were saying, "Hey, should I be doing this or worrying about whether my leads? So I'm going to call the people that I've already talked to." And I'm like, whoa, stop all that. They're like, just call them. Like you were trying to make all these.
Yeah. I don't know. You got cut off there, but you were preaching my sermon. Just pick up the phone and call them. That's right. You know, some folks, you've seen me do live seller calls. So like, I'll do that from time to time on Saturdays, but Tim's back. Sorry. Go ahead, Tim. What were you saying, man? You got cut off.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. Just the creative avoidance. That's it. Just finding ways to, like you were saying, let's shuffle the deck chairs on the Titanic. It's like, well, are you really? Do you have a business, or are you just like playing around with marketing? That's how I feel. I'm doing it all the time. I'm just like I'm tweaking, like optimizing this business that doesn't exist. You know?
Yeah. Optimizing a business that doesn't exist. That's brutally fucking honest, man.
Yeah.
It's like playing with yourself and not coming to a climax.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. It's never happened. But
I can see that.
hush your mouth. This is a family show. I don't know. I already dropped an F-bomb once, so I guess we're not going very far off track. Dre, what's going on with you in your world, man?
Hey guys, how's it going? It's going well. So you know, I'm really on this automation tip and just trying, you know, like you guys are saying, trying to get through as many people as possible till I get that yes. Yeah. So I've got I hooked up my leads to be automated. I'm doing Facebook ads right now just because that's how I got exposed to this industry essentially. And so now I was calling all of my leads before, and I was kind of getting them on the phone. I just hooked up now, so now when I get a lead, I get their email and they put their address, and now I've got a message that essentially it'll message them to their email that says like, hey, and then it does the question, right? Interested 24 to 36 months. And before I would have to get on the phone, talk to them, blah, 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 just to get to a no at that end. And so now now the emails are completely automated, and now I'm getting no's automated, right? Which is like, it's better, you know, still no's. I'm getting to the no's quicker. No yeses yet, but I just made that change yesterday.
Yeah.
Also, going, I just did the REI, my first REI scrape yesterday. That should, I guess it takes 24 hours, so I should be getting that scrape sometime. This is all new to me, so I haven't even touched it yet. I haven't looked at the data, haven't sent out that tech class, so it's all new to me. I did Jacksonville, Florida. It was just very random. There were like 76 scrapes. I know you said you wanted like 200, 300. I played around at a couple of different cities. I was just like throwing darts, right?
Yeah.
And
literally.
Go. What's up?
No, I was just saying literally it's like throwing darts. Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't know. And I know that was also someone was saying the Craigslist scraping was messed up. So I was just like, all right, I'll stick with Zillow scraping for today. So I'm excited actually to look at the results. I think it's 2 p.m. Central Time, so I'll check it out. I'll let you guys know how. But I'm excited to see how that goes. I'll send the text. We'll see.
Yeah, let us know in the VIP chat. Yeah, that's awesome.
I do have a question. I guess as far as 76 scrapes, obviously not enough. So how can I start getting more on a, because
Yeah.
I don't know, search a state. I haven't played around with the tool enough, but
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Each marketplace is different. Some are going to be better on Zillow scraper, and some are going to be better with the Craigslist scraper. You'll just have to try it and see. And that's just the way it is. Like, for example, Las Vegas, Nevada has almost nothing on Zillow and everything on Craigslist. Kansas City is the same way. However, if you went to Lexington, Kentucky, there would be a lot on Zillow and maybe a lot on Craigslist too. So you just kind of have to feel around a little bit. But I go wherever I need to go. So if I'm trying to stay geographically constrained, like to one marketplace, then I have to do other lead gen type things other than the scraper. That will just be one of many tools I have to use. But if I'm not geographically constrained, I want to do this virtually, then I can use the scraper and I can go anywhere. So to get more than 76, I might grab the 76 out of Jacksonville, Florida, and then I might swing over to Pensacola and grab another 59. And then I might go up to Southern Georgia somewhere and get another, 176. And until I get my target numbers reached for the week. So I just play around like you were saying, throwing a dart at a dartboard or a map, and that's really how you do it,
Okay. And just for cities in general, I know Mitch, you were talking about flyover states and rural areas. I don't know what was the.
Yeah, go ahead and say that again, Mitch, because that was great.
Yeah, I'm just parroting what Justin said because I live in San Diego, so I'm thinking, well, I should focus on San Diego, Phoenix, and Vegas, which are probably in the top 5 most competitive markets, and it's very, very competitive. So Justin said, go to flyover states, places with cities where you don't hear about, like Modesto, California, or Kingman, Arizona, or Boise, Idaho, smaller states with populations of cities of 50,000 people at least. And then what I do is I go on to ListSource, and there's a ListSource hack. I think Max Maxwell put a video on YouTube on how to go to ListSource and find how many cash sales there were in a given period of time. And that will give you a sense of how many flips or rehabs or those types of transactions are happening in the market. And so if you see that there's 0, well, there's doesn't mean there won't be deals, but there's not a lot. And conversely, I was looking at Tucson, Arizona, 100. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, there's a lot of activity, but that also means there's a lot of competition. So it's kind of one half dozen of another.
Okay. So you base how you target or where you'll start doing the scraping or whatever, you base that on how many cash transactions there have been in the market in a particular spot in the past 3 to 6 months?
Well, what I did was I was originally focusing on Vegas and was just getting my ass beat. So I then said, all right, I've got to pick some new markets. So I just pretty much what Justin said. I kind of pretty much looked from Denver west and I got out a Google map and I just looked at places and I said, all right, well, Fort Collins, Colorado. Let's see how many people. And I would do a search on Zillow Homes to see how many people live there, what the average median price is. So that was another thing. So I would not only pick the cities, I would then do a few metrics. What's the average median price? For example, I was looking at, I forget the name, maybe it was Golden, Colorado or whatever. The median price was $450,000. I said, no, that's not it. So I wanted to pick markets that had an ARV of about 300,000 or less. They had cash sales. They had a fairly high delinquency rate and a high negative equity rate. So I ran a bunch of metrics. So first step was pick the cities. And then again, I'm probably overthinking it, and Justin's laughing at my ass right now because he doesn't do this. But I figured if I'm going to spend money, I want to make sure that I'm at least in the areas that make sense for my criteria.
Yeah.
So you're not using automated scrape?
I'm doing it today. I've not done that before. So from my understanding is those are FSBO people. So those are people that are on Craigslist and Zillow and they've got an active listing and they want to sell. So my guess is they're going to probably want full price, at which point I would then pivot over to a creative financing type situation, whether it be a lease option or a seller finance or a subject to.
Oh, I'm pretty much exclusively hunting for lease option deals, lease option, sandwich option.
Yeah. Y'all want to know how I do it?
Yeah.
Here's the easy way to do it, guys. I think of a town, I think of a city, or I look at a map and I pick one. Then I go find it on Craigslist. When I find it on Craigslist, I'll go to that Craigslist market. Okay, so you know how to do that, right? You go to Craigslist and you put in that city. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure everybody understands what I'm saying. But anyway, once you go there,
code. Okay.
Yeah. You put in rent to own in the search bar at Craigslist. You put in rent to own homes, and it'll pop up. It'll auto populate for you because that's a category that Craigslist has, and so it'll pull up everything in that category that applies with those keywords, and you can take a look right away and see if there's any creative deals going on in that market. Okay, if there's zero creative deals going on in that market, chances are there's a reason why, and I don't want to go there. All right. If I see a handful, a dozen or so, or maybe, slightly more, then, I know that that's a market where there's business being done. This is a fertile area. There's other guys that are doing some creative deals there. Boom. That's great. That's wonderful. If I go there and I don't really find this very often, but if I go there and I see 50 or 60 different kind of properties that are, and you actually have to kind of look through. You can't just say, it says there's 1,127 listings. No, you have to go look and see just lately how many deals are rent to own or lease option or what have you. And if there's a shitload of them, then there's a lot of competition going on there. You might do well there. You might bump heads there. But, I kind of gauge it just by looking at Craigslist, Does that sound insane? But that's my one metric.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I'm confused. If you see a lot of people doing creative deals, that means this is a good area or it means it's a bad area?
Well, it's a good area. It just means that there's going to be more competition for the deals there because there's quite a few people doing it in that particular city. But in most cases, the cities that I find, there's just a dozen or there's a half a dozen or something like that. I love those kind of places because that means it's being done, but it's not being overwhelmed either. You follow me?
Yeah, they're not getting texted every other day about if they want to do a rent to own.
And you can see right there on Craigslist what the property values are for these rent to own deals in that marketplace. It'll be like, okay, well, this one here, it says purchase price is $179,000. Okay, well, that's great. Wow, that's my sweet spot. Between 100 and 250,000 ish, that's kind of where my bread and butter is. So that's how I do it, guys. But are you overthinking it? I don't know. Maybe not. How do you feel about it, guys?
I'm curious. I'll let you guys know about the scraping thing because I think it'll get me I'm more about, instead of trying to get yes, I'm trying to get as many no's as possible. That's my So that's not only in this, but I have a personal philosophy. Like this is only one of the things I'm investing my time into. But I like to fail as much as possible, as quickly as possible, as hard as possible. So I think already in the past 2 months I've learned so much and streamlined what I'm doing. And now I made it so now I'm just getting no's. Now I'm getting people to message me no's, right, which is great. And now I'm just waiting till I get yes. So I'm just gonna keep on. Yeah. I'm gonna try this. 76 obviously is not enough. You said you need 1,500. So you said, I'll take it back. You said 1,500. You need to contact 1,500 people. That means not talk to. So from that 1,500 texts, what's the how will you get like 50 yeses? Like and then you call those people? Like what is the?
What happens is out of, and let me share screens with you here. Hold on, and I'll be right back with you because I got to switch off here for a second. All right. Yeah. Out of this is the acquisition scoreboard, guys. This is what I wanted to pull up because this is what really delineates this for you. Yeah. We can put this in the VIP room for you there if you need it, Dre. But this here will show you if you want to get one deal this month and you want to make 10K this month, okay, you're going to need a couple deals. That's going to cause you to need 90 leads this month, right? All right.
And
I'm
that's
telling
90 people that text yes.
Okay, that's 90 that were not negatory, at least. They were yeses and maybes, and we can talk about it, or I would consider this, or something like this. So out of those responses, in a month, you'll need 90 of those. But then basically out of every 30 leads like that, you're going to have a strong deal candidate here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense so far, how I'm breaking it down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in order to get the 90 leads, then you're going to have to do about 500 texts a week. 1,500 would be a minimum. 2,000 would be great for the month. So, somewhere between 400 and 500 a week to hit your target numbers.
Yeah, and I think that's my problem right now. So, that's what I'm going to work on. That's my goal: 2,000 texts this month.
Yeah.
For REI Automator for campaigns, you can't group locations. So if I can only get 76 in Jacksonville, that's one campaign. Then I have to go to Miami, that's another campaign.
Correct.
And I have to group up all those till I get my 500 for the week.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, you'll run separate campaigns until you reach your target goal. Yeah.
Okay. And then it's once you get a yes off the texting, then you transfer you contact them off of your personal phone or a Google phone or something like that.
Yep. Once they text back to the automated REI, I'll typically text them and I'll say, thanks for replying. This is Justin. Is there a good time that we can talk this afternoon? Perhaps 2 p.m. or would this evening at 7:30 p.m. work better? Okay. I'm just going to try to establish an appointment time with them. Okay. When they say, yep, that'd be great. I'll talk to you tonight at 7:30. Then I'll say, great. I'll be calling you from this number. And then I'll put if I'm going to pass it off to a different phone, okay, then I'm going to put that different phone number in there.
So you do that on the REI Automator phone before.
Yes. Correct. Great. So I'll pass back and forth 2, 3, 4 messages or something just to set up an appointment with the guy to have a real conversation and move him over to my business phone, if that makes sense. We lost Tim. I'm sorry to see you go, Tim. Man, we love you. Glad you're here. But look who we picked up. We picked up Arturo.
Hey, doing guys?
What's happening, man?
Hey there, man.
What's going on, brother?
So yeah, you want to hit them target numbers, guys. That's really the first stage in business building. I mean, if you want to just be one of those guys that goes out and gets a deal, then it doesn't much matter then, does it? I mean, just throw a shitload of things out there and wait till one bites and then drag it in and kill it and take it home. But if you want a business, right, then you'll have to set up a system with consistent results, hitting consistent target numbers.
And this is all straight up wholesaling lease options.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Although the same would apply to any technique, really.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just curious for
Justin. I had a question about that. We talk a lot about lease options here. If we're going that route, which I would lump that into the creative financing, is there any benefit to trying to pitch them on a lease option versus a seller finance versus a subject to?
Yeah, it depends on the motivation level of your homeowner and their need or their greed. Okay, so what I find it to be is a little more palatable to pitch a lease with an option to purchase than to say, I'll take over your property and the payment, all the maintenance and everything. We'll maintain the payment as well. So we'll buy that property from you subject to your existing mortgage. So this is going to require a little extra motivated homeowner that just needs the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But a lease is a little more palatable than give me the deed and leave the loan in your name. Okay, that's my opinion on it. So in certain cases, it fits the homeowner to do a subject to, but in other cases, it's just easier to do a lease with an option. And what the heck? You're going to make the same kind of money the same kind of way anyway, right? So, if you're assigning it off to a buyer.
Now, if we assign it off to a buyer and the buyer buys it, then after 3 or 5 years, we're out of the deal then.
Yeah, if you sign it over to a buyer, you can walk away day one. If you sandwich it, then you stay in for several years and then walk away.
Is there a way to do a lease option where we could keep the deal and keep the cash flowing as we would with a subject to?
Yeah, well, are you talking about where you pick up a property subject to the existing mortgage and then you just maintain it as a piece of your portfolio? Maybe refinance it out?
I see what you're saying about lease options, but I guess what I'm wrestling with is after 3 or 5 years, we're out of the deal and we got to start over again versus a subject to or even a seller finance. We're in that thing cash flowing for 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, you get paid out at the end of 3 to 5 years on a sandwich lease option.
Right, but now I'll get a chunk of money, but now I'm out. So I'm not creating a revenue stream.
Yeah. So it depends on your ultimate objective. If you want to add long-term portfolio properties into your portfolio, then you will need to do a seller or owner finance or a subject to, and then within a year or two or for the 3 or 5, refinance that out of their name, right, and into yours or your business name.
Yep.
You could not do a refinance on a lease option. Okay, so that's the difference there, right? So, I mean, you're very intuitive to know that, because if you're looking to keep it forever, don't put it in a lease option, right?
Got it.
Unless you put it in a lease option that has a conversion clause in it where, hey, I'll lease it from you for the first 12 months. And then after that, you can transfer the deed to me. And then, maybe that'll build some trust with the homeowner that you had a relationship for 12 months, making the payment on time. And now he'll go ahead and do the owner finance deal with you. Okay, you could do that. That's creative, right?
Got it. All right, that makes sense. And follow up to that, in your experience when doing the scrapes, going after the FSBOs, are those sellers going to be more open to a lease option or a seller finance or a subject to, or all over the board in your experience?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit all over the board, but I run into folks more frequently that are open to a lease purchase, lease option than a subject to. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
A subject to is a very motivated homeowner, because think about it, Mitch. I'm going to take over your house. I'm going to take over everything. I'm going to send you the money. Or in fact, I'm going to send the mortgage company the money for you, Mitch. But this property, I'm going to have it deeded over into my name, but you're still going to carry that loan. How you feel about that? What's your gut?
I don't trust you, man. That's more complex.
Yeah, it's tougher. It's a tougher sale unless the guy's motivated, right?
It's a tougher sale, but I would think it would be one of the best deals to have, because now you're into that property cash flowing pretty much for the rest of the mortgage, and then you could put a lease option buyer in there.
Yeah, you certainly could, or you could owner finance it out yourself. Yeah.
And basically you could owner finance it, write a note on there, and basically be a note holder and not even own the property. Basically do another subject to your end buyer, write them a first trust deed, and now you're a note holder and not a property owner.
Yeah, exactly. So again, what's your end objective here with the property, right? I mean, are you wanting to keep it or are you not wanting to keep it? And if you want to keep it, there's a lot of great ways to do that as an investor. And subject to is one way to do that. Subject to answer Mr. Thinker's question here on the screen, is subject to means you're going to take the title, the deed to the property will be then put in your name, but the mortgage on the property will stay in the original homeowner's name. So you're buying that property from them, getting the property deed and everything, subject to that existing homeowner's loan, okay, that existing loan. And that will stay on the deed, except it'll be in his name, but it'll stay on the deed. But you do own the property. Now, what that allows you to do is refinance this thing after a period of time and get it out of their name. And you can do this a lot easier than just going and getting an original home loan. Like, for example, you can refi easier. And so that allows you to do that and keep a property in your portfolio, get basically what I call a hashtag free house. Okay. Now that's subject to owner finance or seller finance. Same thing. Same exact thing as subject to, except we're not really going to be subject to the existing mortgage. Okay. He's probably going to keep the deed in his name. He's probably going to keep the original mortgage in his name. He's going to be the bank for me when he sells the house to me. All right. That's it's very similar to subject to, but the numbers work out better for the seller usually. All right. Now, lease option is just exactly what it is, a lease with an option. So an option to purchase. Mr. Homeowner, can I lease your property for 24 months and then purchase it at this agreed upon purchase price? All right. Much easier to much more palatable, I think, for me as the guy pitching the deal, right? I'm gonna have to pitch one of these options as creative, right? What's the easiest for me to start out with? Well, would you do something creative, Mr. Homeowner? Would you consider leasing the property to me for 18 to 24 months before I give you that full price? Is that something we could talk about, or is this over? Okay, that's kind of how I like to do it. What do you guys like to do? What do you guys like to say? Want some feedback?
Yeah, can we do some calls like we were gonna do? Some role play?
Yeah, we can do some role plays. I'd love to. That's what I wanted to do. You guys have other questions, and I should take that into consideration before I title a video. Role play. I said seller role play, and we've been 40 minutes. We ain't role played nothing. All right, guys, let's role play. Who wants to be involved in the role play right now? The first one. We'll try to do 2 before we wrap up here.
Me.
Okay, Dre. Anybody else?
Go.
All right, Arturo. Who wants to be the caller? Who wants to be the homeowner?
I want to be the caller.
If you want me to? Okay, you want to be the caller? You want me to interrupt you and
You
tell
do you.
Okay, all right. I'll give you some tips if I can along the way. But let's go ahead and do it, guys. Action.
Hey, is this Justin?
Are you calling me? I thought you were calling Arturo.
Oh, who am I calling? Sorry. I'm calling Arturo. Ace?
Yeah. Ace.
You're the homeowner?
Yeah, I'll give you the homeowner.
Okay, cool. Hey, is this Arturo?
Yeah, is he?
Hi, Arturo. My name is Andre. I'm calling about your home for sale at 123 Main Street.
Okay.
Did I catch you at a bad time?
How'd you get my info?
Oh, I saw your post on Zillow. Did I catch you at a bad time, Arturo? I could call you back.
No, it's a good time.
Okay, great. Is the house still available?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fantastic. Are you the owner?
Yeah.
You're the person I want to talk to, Arturo. So I'm a real estate investor looking to purchase a property this month. Like I said, I saw your post on Zillow, and I was reaching out to talk and see if I purchase it.
Okay.
Fantastic. Arturo, also, just to let you know, it's perfectly okay at any time just to say no, that this isn't going to work out for you. You can kick me off the phone, hang up on me. I won't be offended. All right?
I love it. All
right, fantastic. So, Arturo, I already looked up the place online, saw it on Zillow. It looks really nice. Would you mind telling me how long you've lived there and why you're looking to sell such a nice place?
Yeah, we have to go up north with our family. There's a second.
Wait, what was that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I just missed that last part, Arturo.
Oh yeah, we're just trying to go upstate.
Moving. Okay, moving upstate. Where to?
Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very cool. I've never been to that state. All right, that's fun. All right. So, and how long have you lived at this current house?
We've had it for like 15 years.
15 years. Wow. Yeah. And now you're going back home to Arkansas. Okay. All right. All right. So you're done with the place. Well, I mean, it looks nice. You wouldn't want to sell today, would you?
Yeah. That's why I haven't posted. Yeah.
Oh, you would. All right. Fantastic. How much were you looking to sell the property for, and how much do you think it's worth?
Well, I'm asking 230 for it.
Okay, asking 230. How much do you think it's worth, though?
It's probably worth around 230, maybe 235.
235. Yeah. How did you get that number?
My taxes.
Your taxes? Your taxes told you?
Yeah.
Okay, 235. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's a pretty fair number. I mean, is that price flexible at all?
Not at the moment. Again, we just have a list where we just trying to set it for the last couple of months. So, so yeah, we're pretty set at that price.
Pretty set at that price. Gotcha. That's completely understandable. What are you gonna do if you're unable to sell? If you can't get to Arkansas?
Well, again, we'll just have it listed, and we'll go and we'll come back every other month to clean it up and see what's going on.
Oh, you would travel state to state every month to clean up your house?
Yeah. Again, if we have to do that, we're trying to sell it now, but
that sounds tough. That sounds like a lot of driving, Arturo.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot of driving.
All right, man. Well, I mean, I feel like I understand your situation. Let me just make sure I understand your situation. You want to sell your property because you're moving back to the homeland, Arkansas, and you're asking 230. Arturo, if I was able to make you an offer today, that would get you out of that house right now, and you wouldn't have to travel back and forth state to state every month. Would you be ready to do business today with me, or probably not?
Yeah, again, I'm down for that.
You would? All right. Fantastic. Okay, well, like I said, Arturo, I'm a real estate investor looking to buy my next property, and I might be able to lease your home before I buy. Would you like collecting monthly payments until I pay you off in full, or probably not?
There you go. See what he's doing, guys?
How does that work? How does that lease?
Time out. Let's talk about this advanced technique that this brother's breaking out on us here. What are you up to here, man? Explain it to us all.
Bro, I'm literally writing down all of your instructions and I'm putting them in a script. I wrote all this down, and I say this to every single person that I talk to.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is what you just asked.
Oh, that little bit right there is the probably not. I love that move. So you and Claude were talking about that. It's reverse psychology or something, but basically it's like it's arguing against yourself. So it's selling yourself. It's like saying the opposite of what you want, right? So it's like what was it? Would you like collecting monthly payments until I pay you off in full, or probably not, right? Yeah. I want you to say yes, but if I say probably not, then that you've already talked about this, man, a bunch of times in your videos. Right?
What I was referring to, and that's good what you were saying. I appreciate that too. But you asked him if he would be okay with equal payments until you paid it off, or what did you say?
Oh, that line. I said, would you like collecting monthly payments until I pay you off in full, or probably not?
Wonderful question.
Yeah. That's a key point right there.
Wonderful freaking question, man. You hit it out of the park with that.
Yeah, so I saw you were asking a variance of that, but I think actually this way is better to ask because there's the benefit for them is in place. Whereas I don't know how you were asking it before, but this line right here, it's like, oh, I'm getting paid. Yeah, I would love. Who would do it? So it's an easier thing to say yes to, basically. I don't know how you're doing it before, but this is a good line.
I agree.
Unfortunately, I haven't run into a motivated seller to use it on yet. But you guys can take that. I stole it from somewhere else too, so it's not mine.
So here's the question I have, guys. Is that a setup for a subject to a seller finance or a lease option?
Yep.
Yes.
Any or all of the above? Right? What a beautiful, can we just go back and start over, not from the beginning, but say that line again and let's continue on, guys. Sorry I interrupted you, but that was just freaking beautiful.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So how does that work? Getting paid until it gets paid off. How does that work?
Well, it's fairly simple. If we agree on terms, it means I'll buy your house when you're ready, and I'll make monthly payments until you're paid in full. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in, Arturo, or no?
Yeah, how does that work?
Well, I mean, like I said, if we agree on terms,
a down payment, or how does that work?
So
When they say that, ask them, well, if you do want a down payment, what does that?
How does it work? Okay, yeah. So how does it work? Well, I mean, how does it work? So all right. I need help here. I need help. So what I know I don't want to go into explainer mode, right? And I know you're supposed to flip the question back onto them. So I don't know how you would not explain yourself and not be defensive while still
how does this work? That's the question. How does this work? Equal payments? Mr. Homeowner, that's a great question. How does equal payments work? Well, we would take the purchase price and divide it by equal payments over the next 15 years. And that would be it. You'd be the bank for me, and we would move forward like that. Is that something that we can go ahead and discuss, or maybe not?
Yep.
So
the paperwork, nothing. Just divided. $100 divided by 10 is $10.
Yeah, pithy short answers, right? And then a question.
Pithy short, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, all right.
So like I said, I can pay you again until you get paid off in full. 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be pushing lease option. So I would 24 to 36 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But would that be something that you're interested in, Arturo?
Time out.
Go back.
Time out. So, Mr. Homeowner, what I mean is I could give you the full asking price if that would solve your problem and get you moved up the road where you want to go, and it also give you the kind of money you're looking for. I couldn't do it in cash today, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to buy your house. I'd like to give you that price and solve your problem. If only you would consider leasing it to me for 24 months first. Is that something we can talk about, or maybe not?
Yeah. Well, what's the difference between this and renting it? What's my benefit?
Well, you want to sell the property, right?
Yeah.
I want to buy it. I'm just asking you to lease it to me for a short time before so. Is that something that's a deal breaker for you?
No, I can work with that. But my question is the difference between renting it. I'm getting what's the benefit to me if I lease it compared to renting to you?
Yeah, if you lease it, you just lease it. You don't have anybody that's going to buy it from you. If you lease it to me, you know that I'm going to buy it. So, okay. And I'm not beating you up on price. Does that seem fair or maybe not?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, great. See, there you go. Boom. Does that make sense? What I just did with the guy?
Yeah.
Now, do the recap, the final closing recap.
Okay. Go for it, guys.
So, Dre, that might work.
Oh yeah, that sounds like somebody. Yeah, we can get you up to Arkansas real quick. All right. For question. All right, last question, Arturo. If I send you, okay. Oh, I have another question. Sorry, and I've been meaning to ask you this, Justin. At no point, man, do you really you just give them the price that you want if it's a lease option? So you ask them, and then you just give them the price that you want?
Yeah. I'm not going to argue on things that I don't need to argue on. Okay. If I'm not going to sandwich lease option this one, if I have no future plans for it whatsoever myself, I'm going to assign it to a tenant buyer. Do I much care what the purchase price is as long as it's somewhere in the neighborhood of the fair market value? Not really.
Yeah. Okay.
Not really. So if it's worth $129,000, he says, I need $129,000. Mr. Homeowner, ouch. I'm an investor. It's going to be hard for me to make money at giving you full value, right? How would I make money if I were to give you cash today? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm trying to sell my house.
All right. Okay. Well, I can tell you just as an investor, I wouldn't make money giving you what you're asking for it today. But I tell you what I could do. I could give you what you're asking for it. I could get you moved up the road, take care of all the maintenance on the property, make sure that it's not even a thought in your mind, and send you the check every month if you'd lease it to me for the first 18, 24 months before I buy it. Then I'll give you the full price. Is that something we can talk about today or maybe not?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
when they ask you how much you're going to pay.
How much am I getting paid?
No, how much? No, not you. Like I'm the owner of the house. If I ask you, the buyer, well,
You would get paid. You would get paid. After the end of the lease term, you would.
like what's my monthly lease? How much did I get in my pocket?
Yeah. What kind of monthly payment are you expecting, Mr. Homeowner? Remember, the golden rule is the first guy that names a price is the loser. That's the golden rule of negotiation. Say it again, Arturo.
I know I can rent this house all day for $1,500. Is that what I'm gonna get?
Okay. Is $1,500 what the going rate is for the neighborhood there?
Yeah.
Okay. If $1,500 is the going rate for the neighborhood, I've got no problem with that, Mr. Homeowner. If I put that in the agreement today and the purchase price you're asking for in 24 months or less, and I send that over to you, is this something we can go ahead and move forward with now?
Yeah, you can send me that, and I'll review it, and then if I like it, we'll definitely go forward.
Okay, I understand you're going to need to review it. How about I give you a call this evening at 6:30? Will that give you plenty of time to review it? And then I'll answer any questions you have. Maybe I'll ask you a few questions, and if it's a comfortable fit for both of us, what happens then?
Yeah, we'll move forward. That's what I was looking for.
I'm sorry. You say that again. We'll do what?
We'll go forward.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Then I'll call you at 6:30. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Nice. All right. Yeah, I still need I still got a little. I gotta learn a little more. But this is very helpful. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're doing good though, man.
And the things that I learned from Justin, just to be relaxed.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, you do have a very. I feel tense a little bit, so I gotta relax a little bit.
Yeah, and again, you allow your brain to just relax, and it'll flow. And that's what I'm learning from Justin.
Yeah,
love it.
I got a lot of questions here in the chat, guys. Let me see here real quick. Can you buy subject to with very low equity? Absolutely. How about no equity?
Yeah, that's what I was confusing the lease to the subject, because in Texas we mainly do subject twos.
Yeah.
And again, I had if the going rent is $1,500, the max I can pay for that will probably be like $1,000 a month. Because if I do subject to it, I can rent it for the $1,500 and create a difference. But in the lease, it's different because you get paid on your option.
Yeah. Mr. Homeowner, you were wanting to know what monthly lease amount you would get. What do you require? What's your payment, sir?
I don't know. Again, if I can rent it for $1,500, like, are you gonna give me $1,500?
Man, 1,500 is kind of steep. I was thinking more along the lines of something a little less than that. Is that the best that we can do on the monthly? I mean, I really want to do a deal with you here, but that's going to stretch me a lot.
Okay. Well, when you say less, like, what do you mean? Again, I'm not trying to get suckered into getting a lower rent.
Yeah, I understand. Well, what's the rock bottom? I won't fight you on this. But what's the best you can do? Is that the best you can do, or can we do better than that?
Maybe $100 less, maybe $1,400.
1,400. Okay. Well, if I was able to do 1 month's rent, the first month's rent, and then an additional month's rent that's non-refundable, would you be willing to drop that down to $1,250 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm just playing around. I'm tossing around numbers here. Yeah. I'm trying to get the guy moved off dead center. You know, I don't really know what the numbers of the deal are, if that would even make sense. But you can keep playing with the guy.
Yep.
He may just say, "Nah, I got to have 1,500." If it doesn't work for a sub 2, then you can't do it, right?
Yeah.
Or a lease option if it's too much for the neighborhood. The question is, do you have a course that really dives deep into the different strategies, not just lease options, something that covers all the creative options? I've been thinking about it. It's a great question, Mr. Thinker. And the answer is I don't really have all that right now. And the reason why is I find it to be very confusing for people. It'll be hard for you to go into battle with 3 different guns until you learn how to use one. Does that make sense? That's my opinion on it, guys. Okay, I don't know everything. How do you break it down, then figure out the final exit? There are certain questions that would have to answer to show if it would go lease option, substitute, or owner finance, right? Okay, I look at it as two different things. Either it's a pretty house, creative kind of deal, which means sub to owner finance or lease option, or it's just a straight up ugly house and I need a cash discount. Which one of those categories does it fit in? All right, if it's in the pretty house category, okay, then what will this homeowner's motivation level support? Will it support a lease option? Will it support seller finance, or will it support a subject to? Okay, that's
Like
go ahead, man.
For me, for the sub twos, I always look at what's the mortgage payment, what's the interest rate, and what I can rent or owner finance that property, wrap it, and what is going to be the new more. Let's say I can. I get it for 80K. I can sell it for 120. Sam, for 120. Yeah. What's going to be my 120 payment at my, let's say, 10%? As long as that's bigger than my regular payment that I have with the bank, then that's my sub two difference.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Good advice. Do you need proof of funds when making wholesale offers? Depends on who you're making the offer to. If you're doing bank-owned properties, you will. A lot of for sale by owners, you will not be required to have a proof of funds if you know how to talk to them on the phone. Okay. It doesn't hurt to have proof of funds though, guys. All right, let's go ahead and role play some more. Do we have time? We got 5 more minutes, right? Mitch, you want to jump in here?
Happy to. I'll be the homeowner if anybody would like.
Okay. I thought you might want to step up to the plate and swing the bat.
I'll swing the bat too. You want to be the homeowner?
Who was the homeowner last time? Arturo, you want to be the homeowner this time, Dre?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Hey, Dre, how are you?
Busy. What's up?
Hey, saw your ad on Craigslist. My name's Mitch Roy. I'm a local investor in the area. We're buying houses. Like to know if you're interested in still selling your house.
Definitely.
Cool. You got about 5 minutes to talk.
Sure.
Just want to learn a little bit about your situation, what you want to accomplish. I'm sure you got some questions for me, and then we can go from there. And if that makes sense, we'll keep talking. How's that sound?
Sounds all right.
Good. Tell me a little bit about the property. Basically, what kind of shape's it in?
It's in decent shape. I picked it up when I was in college, so it was kind of, my parents helped me buy it. And then I kind of rented it from them, but my name was on the deed and such, because they kind of want to help me get my first property. And now, I'm moving to Chicago, and basically I got to let this go. So trying to sell my first house now. So.
Are you renting it or are you living in it?
I'm living in it currently, but I'm already packing. My parents' property, it's in the same town. Just it's 20 minutes down the road. So, I'm moving stuff out of it. I still got some stuff there. I still crash there. Still hang there. It's next to the bar, so it's fun, right? But I'm not really sleeping there day to day, and really just trying to offload this before I move up.
Let me ask you, why not just rent it out? Make some cash flow.
Why not just rent it out? I'm not renting. I'm scared of. I don't. My first property. It was in bad shape, and I put a lot of money in to fix it up, and it looks nice. What was your name, Mitch? Man, what? Yeah. It's nice. It looks good, man. And so I don't want. I want to sell it. Put a lot of work into it, sell it. I'm looking for that cash lump sum, and I know, and this is already marketed under market rate. This is a good deal, right? My house is worth 200 easy. I'm selling at 150, and this is in good shape. I understand the economy right now. So Mitch, you can take it or leave it. 150. I think that's more honestly. I bought it for 150. So for the money that I put in, this is to get anything less would be a slap in the face.
So you're selling it for break even, basically?
Yeah.
I thought you need some cash though.
I tried selling it for what I thought it was worth, and crickets. So.
Really? Mm-hmm. So now you drop the price. You're probably getting a lot of offers.
Yeah, a lot of tire kickers. A lot of people like you, Mitch, calling me, wasting my time.
Why is that? What kind of offers are they giving you?
I don't know. What kind of offer are you giving me?
Don't know yet. I got to see what kind of property it is, and I'd like to learn a little bit about the mortgage.
All right, then why are you calling me? Why are you calling me to see what kind of? I tell it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, You know, I rented it out with two of my best friends. You know, we're all gone. I'm trying to sell the house. Are you looking to buy the house?
Absolutely. So you said you had a mortgage on there. You paid 150. You want 150. How much is your mortgage?
1,300.
No, I mean, how much is the principal balance?
Oh, how much left? How much left? Oh, I thought you were asking monthly payments. You know, I gotta check the exact number, but I'm probably halfway through, around 75, I would say. Yeah.
So you
I remember.
owned it for about 20 years then.
What's that?
You probably owned it for about 20 years then?
Oh well, my parents they definitely they helped me out in the beginning. So let's just say that. All right.
Got it. All right. And you're renting it for $1,300 a month, or you could get it, your PITI is $1,300 a month. Is that about right?
I don't know what kind of fancy words you're using, Mitch. All right. You trying to her PITI. But who are you? Where do you work? Who is this?
He got you good. Mitch, ask him. Sounds like I made you upset. Ask him that. Like, it sounds like you got upset. I'm trying to buy a house.
Yeah, sounds like I hit you the wrong way. I don't want to do
You
that.
hit the wrong way, man. But you're busting out acronyms. You're telling me you want to buy my property, but you're not saying anything. You're kind of just snooping around. Like I don't know what you're dealing with.
Real simple. Just want to buy your house, and I want to make sure that it's a win-win for both you and I.
Okay, fine. I'm happy with that.
So you think it's worth 150?
What's that?
You said it's. You think it's worth 150. You want 150?
I mean, I think it's worth 200, but yeah.
Where'd you come up with that number?
You know, that's what the prices. Two houses have sold more than that on this block, so you know, and mine look just as nice.
Got it.
No one wants to come out of their house now for this damn virus, right? And I've got to go, right? I've got to go now, right? So
when do you need this done?
I mean, I would like it done yesterday. You know, at the end of the day, Mitch, you know, my parents live 20 minutes down the street. You know, it's not like this is some, you know, this can be maintained. You know, people can come, you know, this so you know that, you know, I got sisters. They can live in this too. So really, what are you offering? What we can make this real simple. What are you offering?
You know, I don't think I'm going to be your cash buyer. I don't think I can come close to that 150 for a cash price. I can get you a cash price, but I don't even want to give you a number. I don't want to insult you. I could get you close to 150, possibly even more if you're open to taking terms.
What do you mean terms? What does that mean?
Well, would you be willing to take monthly payments over a period of time, and that way I can get you even your number or possibly even better? Is that something you want to learn a little bit more about?
Sure, yeah.
Got it. Like I said, I can give you a lump sum cash offer, but it's not going to be close to 150, and I'm sure you're getting calls from other investors offering you 60 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
You turn those down. Waste of your time.
The guy asked me 75 the other day. 75.
It's not a bad price. You know, that's probably what the going rate's going to be if you're going to be talking to investors. That's what they're going to be buying them for.
You haven't seen my house, right? So what is this? Okay, what is this? What's this?
So let me say, you want 150. I think we could probably get you close to 150, but what we're going to need from you is you're going to give us some terms, which means you're going to help us out with the monthly payments. Is that something you're willing to do?
I'm going to help you out with monthly payments?
Absolutely. You've got a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's real simple. You would sell me the house, we'd agree on a price, and then I would make your mortgage payments every month. How does that sound? And you don't have to worry about the house anymore.
We would set a price on my house, 150. Let's say 175.
Let's say 175.
Let's time out for a second because this shit's getting crazy. This is the ultimate Whiffam homeowner. What's in it for me?
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't give two shits about nothing other than what's in it for me. So what is his motivation level on a scale of 1 to 10? Mitch?
Like 6.
A 6, you think?
I think he wants to get out of there. He wants to sell it. He wants to price though.
Yeah. I'm confused because Dre's the homeowner and he's saying 0, but I'm
5, 4, 5. Yeah.
I'm seeing a 6 as well.
You see, if it was again for me, if I was talking to you, well, if I was a 0, you know what, you would have told me, no, this doesn't work.
Yeah,
I know. That's when I realized that. Yeah, you're right.
Hear me out.
I would have hung up if it was.
I think it's a 6.
Correlating my words with me as far as what is that, what is this.
There was definitely some interest. Yeah,
there's some interest again. like going back to the earlier today, Justin, like the guy said on the Wednesday call. Well, we still have a problem. I still need to buy an investment because I don't want to pay taxes. You want to sell a house that you don't like no more. Again, there's still a problem here. Now, two brains think better than one. Let's find a way where I can get you your price. And you know what? Maybe I even get you a premium. Maybe I give you 175. How does that sound? Oh, great. Well, then let me take the payments over for 18 months and I'll pay you 175 when it's done. Is it a deal or not? Let me know. It sounds like you're still hearing me out. You still want to sell the house. So let's make a deal.
Right. So if he's a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, is he a 6 because he has a need or because he has a greed?
Because he has agreed. He wants to get as much money for his house, and he doesn't want to have that house no more. So an extra 25K might work. He says it's worth in a great market 200K. Okay, if I get it for 175, get an option in the beginning, sell it for 200K, might work.
What is this guy's pain point though?
That he has he has no use for it. Only once in a while.
He's got to get out soon, and he doesn't want to be a landlord.
And he wants to get cash also. So
okay, so he's pretty anxious to get out of there.
Yeah.
He even said that. Now you just need to figure out what it is exactly he would be comfortable with, what he wants, right? Other than cash, right?
Yeah.
And then make him that exact offer. And you can close this guy. This guy is more of a no bullshit kind of guy, and you need to go right to the core of what he wants. Okay? Do you know what that is yet, though? See, you're kind of fishing around for it a little bit, Mitch. And I think you moved over into the closing section a little quickly. You should have stayed in the qualification section and made this guy tell you what was really hurting him. Is it the fact that it's just empty and he needs to do something with it? He's got emotional ties to it, or is it the payment is eating him up? The payment is a problem, or what's really going on here? You really don't know yet. I don't think. You're kind of shooting in the dark a little still. Does that make sense?
A combination of taking over the payments and giving him a little bit more at the back end. You want 150? I'll take your payment away. I'll give you an extra 10K at the back end. Just let me have it for 18 months.
Once you get a sense of what his real motivation is here and what he would accept as an offer on a creative side, then you can move forward into the closing section. But for right now, I think you need to find out what it is he really, really, really is trying to solve here, other than just the house. Like he did say his sister could live there. His parents live up the street. It's not. It sounds like it's nothing that's really going to be a worry to him. Well, then what is the fucking problem here?
How would you ask that?
Is it the payment?
What would you ask?
Mr. Dre, I understand you said your parents live just down the street and your sister could live there and all that. Why not? Why not have your parents or your sister take care of the place and just hang on to it for another 10 years?
Because
you see what I'm doing? I'm redirecting him now to make him pitch me. Okay, go ahead. Answer that.
I'm trying to buy a place up in Chicago, man. I need the cash. I need some money to pay for my new place.
Is it the payment that's a problem? Having two payments?
Yeah. Well, I definitely don't want to be renting and paying a mortgage.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that would not make sense, and that would probably hurt your bottom line a lot. Maybe keep you from going out on Friday night if you want to, right?
Yeah. I dabble on Friday. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Now I'm digging a little bit deeper into really what his pain really is. You see what I'm getting at? Okay. I hope what I just shared made sense, guys, without blowing up the role play too much.
No, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you know how you can attack it, right?
Yeah. Mitch went of course, I told Mitch he had 5 minutes, so I put him under the gun. But he went right for the juggler, and in this particular case with a Whiffam guy, you better know what's in it for him before you make the offer, right? Because he needs, this is how he's going to analyze your offer. Is this what fits my parameters of what I think I want and need? No, it doesn't. Okay, no, that's the answer. But you can get to that point in the close where you already have a good feeling for where this guy's at, what he needs, and that payment's kind of an issue. And you say, well, Mr. Homeowner, let me ask you this, man. If I were able to give you that full purchase price without arguing with you or beating you up on that at all, and I was also able to take that payment problem away. Would you lease the place to me for 18 months before I pay cash for it? Is that something we could talk about doing, or is this just probably not a good fit for either one of us? Okay, that's how I would flow. But once you know, then you flow.
But he seemed like he wanted a chunk of cash. So what if he came back and said, "No, I want 75,000 today"?
Oh, good Lord.
So how long are you willing to wait to get the 75K in this economy?
Right.
Yeah. Well, 75,000. What's the house worth again?
200K.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody that would have that kind of money to throw into a property right here like this. I mean, that wouldn't make any money doing that, man. Is that a deal breaker for you, or can we talk about doing something maybe?
I mean, tell me more about this leasing.
Okay, I'll lease the property from you. Yeah, absolutely. 18 months, and we'll purchase it sometime within that 18, maybe 24 months, and not beat you up on the price and all that. Does that sound like something that would be more comfortable for you? Would that get you moved on up the road? You wouldn't have to worry about the house, the maintenance. Wouldn't have to have your sister move in. Wouldn't have to have your parents come check on you. You wouldn't have to worry about that mortgage payment neither, because I'll be sending it to you. So if that fixes your problem, that also helps me get a house too, and I think it's a win-win. What happens next?
I mean, maybe we'll get a deal. Maybe. I mean, I need to see some paperwork. I just met you, but I mean, I'm interested, and so send me whatever you're offering.
Yeah, I'd be happy to send you some things. I'd be happy to send an agreement here. I just need to know the purchase price. Are we cool at what was it? 290? What was it? 275? What was it? I don't remember.
150.
150? Are we okay at 150?
175.
Okay.
Yeah. My only thing is, so you're gonna pay me 150 after 3 years?
Well, if the numbers on the real deal work out like that, yeah. I mean, that's exactly right. I'll give you the full purchase price after 18 to 24 months or sometime during that term. What this allows me to do is get a little runway. It also allows me to give you more cash for the deal. It's just a technique that I use as an investor, and it seems to work really, really well for everybody. Is this something that we can talk about further?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay, great. Well, what I'd like to do is just determine what that monthly payment would be every month and get the agreement put together and send it over to you. If I can do that, you think that might be something you're interested in signing?
I'm interested in taking a look at. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. How long do you think it'll take you to kind of go over this and review it?
I'll look at it today. Just send it over.
Okay, wonderful. If I call you tonight at 8:00, and you've had time to review it and everything, and you feel comfortable, you ask me any questions you want, everything fits, what happens then?
Well, I mean, if I like everything, then we got a deal.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said, if I like everything, then we got a deal.
Okay, so if everything fits good at 8:00, we got a deal. Wonderful. I'll talk to you then.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh man, I got work done. I was like, okay, nice.
Like, let's say, like on this deal, he says it's worth 200K. He wants 150, but then while you're talking on the phone with him, you're reviewing the property, right? And you say, well, there's no way this house is worth 200K, and there's no way this house is worth 150, even fully repaired.
Right.
Do you say, well, actually, and during that first call, would you say, actually, sir, that area, the house across the street is sold for 150, fully rehabbed. So this house as is, again, I don't know where you come up with that number, but I don't see it being worth as is close to even 110.
Yeah.
So,
I've gotten good at it where I can go to PropStream and kind of do some property value looking while I'm on the phone with the guy. And that's not a bad thing to do, to make a guy slow down a little bit while you're talking about the property and be like, okay, well, hold on a second. I'm putting this in I'm looking at it right now online.
But let's
on the phone.
Yuri, quick to get values real quick. Ooh, I got a value. There's no way this house, Yuri, no, there's no way this house is 150 fully rehab.
Yeah, if it's not anywhere in the ballpark, I'll have to bring it up. I'll have to say, Mr. Homeowner, I'm not seeing where you get 200,000 for this property. It looks like everything that's sold around there is sold for 140, 145. Where'd you come up with the 200 number, or am I way off? Explain to me, Mr. Homer, how I'm way off.
Drake.
Okay.
How would you answer that, Drake?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question?
How would you answer Justin questioning you about? Well, there's no way this house is worth 150. Like, how'd you come up with this?
Oh, well, I mean, the guy next. I told you already. The guy next, 2 people down the street have sold their house for over 200. Right? And we got similar square footage, same bedroom, bathroom, same location. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a little bit nicer, but mine is the same. Pretty much the same as that. So that's how I got that number. Yep.
Well, you may be right, Mr. Homeowner. I'm not sure. What I'll have to do while you're kind of considering things this afternoon is I'll have to consider some things myself. So when we talk again at 8:00 tonight, we'll have more questions for each other, and then hopefully we can come to a good fit for one another. Does that seem reasonable?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to be able to send you over an agreement right now because I need to do a little research myself, and you'll need to do a little research too. But what I will do is I'll send you a little pamphlet that I got that has some information about me and what we're talking about too. That'll help you remember what we talked about today. And then I'm looking forward to talking to you at 8:00 tonight. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Now, if everything makes sense at 8:00 tonight, do you have 20, 30 minutes there on the phone at 8:00 so that I can go ahead and kind of put the agreement together while we're on the phone and send it over to you, and we can just do it right there, right then and there. Does that seem okay?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, just strengthen the clothes, guys. Sorry I took that away from you, Mitch. I didn't mean to. I just got carried away.
No, that was good. This is helpful. We're all learning.
Yeah. Did you
was tough. I like that.
Yeah, this is actually this is on YouTube, so we'll be good if you want to watch it again.
Well, I appreciate your time, Justin.
Yeah, love you guys.
Thanks for the knowledge.
Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I'll be back here again tomorrow, same time, and we can do it again if you want. We'll see you then.
Yeah, I might come through. All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thanks
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for everything, guys. Appreciate it.